This episode of Homemade was previously recorded in front of a live stream audience who asked questions and cook along during the show. If you love cooking and want to join us in the kitchen, visit homemadecooking.com to register for free live classes. Now, let's get cooking.
Hello, everyone. I am Chef Jenny, and welcome to Homemade Cooking. We are making chicken lettuce wraps today. We're gonna make a really savory, nice peanut sauce that we're gonna dip these lettuce wraps in. We're gonna work with a little bit of chicken and also some tofu and show you how to make two great protein options for this. Be a good class. Chef Kat, the trusty co-host, really leader of this whole thing. How you doing, Chef Kat?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay?
Yeah.
We have a little announcement. I have a little announcement. It's Chef Kat's last class today. So let her say hello. Let her know how you feel. Tell her your favorite Chef Kat memories. Chef Kat, what's your favorite homemade memory?
Well, I think it's definitely just like eating.
Okay, that's a great answer.
We always make great food, but it's also so cool being able to like share, like all of our cooking knowledge with like everybody here.
Our the homemadeers, our friends, our family.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's so bittersweet,
I know.
Like,
I know.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss everybody for sure.
We're gonna crush it though.
Absolutely.
All
we
right.
crush every class, Chef
All
Jenny.
right. If you have any random culinary knowledge that you've just been waiting to drop, this is the time.
I feel like I've shared all of my cool cooking facts here already.
You're tapped out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's the way to go out. Mic drop. Okay. I'm going to start with our peanut sauce over here, actually. So we are going to start in my bowl here. I have a little bit of low sodium soy sauce. I've got a little bit of honey. I got a little bit of rice vinegar here. And then I've got my peanut butter here. Natural peanut butter, no added salt or sugar. And then a little bit of toasted sesame oil. So I've got that in there, and now I'm gonna mix this around. Give it a little stir here. All right, just a little bit of garlic here, finely minced. You can also use this on a microplane if you want. If you don't have fresh garlic, absolutely you could use garlic powder. All right, add this in. And then we're gonna do a little fresh ginger. I just got a little nub in here. I cut off the skin. So I have a little microplane grater.
We do have a little tip here. You can use a spoon or the back of your knife to scrape the skin off ginger if you want.
Spoon is a great way. I often use the back of the spoon to take it off. So I'm gonna mix this together. And then I'm just gonna thin it out. I'm gonna kind of eyeball it. Add a little, you can keep adding a little, it's hard to take away. But I'm gonna add a little water to thin it out, kind of to your desired consistency, but this is a little thick for me. I wanna be able to kind of, spoon over and pour over my lettuce cups. So, a little bit more here. So I'm just gonna pour my peanut sauce in here. Oh, it smells crazy good. Well, guys, let's see if I can get a little whoop. Beautiful. So that's peanut sauce. How are we doing out there? We have any questions?
We're doing pretty good.
We're doing pretty good? All right. So I have a little bit of green onions here. We're just gonna start working on produce now. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of scallion here. I'm being very fancy and doing it on a diagonal. You don't have to. So we've got a beautiful cucumber here. Well, first off, I'm gonna cut it in thirds because this is a really long cucumber. We're gonna make little planks. And to get planks, the first thing we have to do is, for safe knife work, a lot of produce is round. This is gonna roll my knife into my fingers. So always take a little strip off and create a flat side here. And now I've got some stability. And this is gonna make it much easier now to cut. And then I've got my fingers back. And we're just gonna make some planks. And then you stack your planks up. And you start making strips. And this is julienne. But look at that, little sticks. I've got a carrot that I've peeled. Again, same thing. I'm gonna go down here. You cut in thirds. You make your flat bit so it doesn't go anywhere. And then we make our planks. This is why you put a kitchen towel under your cutting board.
And this is why it's also very important to have a sharp knife.
The sharpest of knives. Otherwise, see, that instantly solved it. All right, we're gonna cut this down. Again, we get our little strips. All right, I'm just picking a little cilantro, fresh cilantro on the side here. Love cilantro.
Basil would be fantastic as well.
Thai basil, mint,
Yes.
chives. What's going on in your gardens right now, everyone? We're all aflutter over here. We're actually 70 degrees today in Seattle, so we are all about checking in on the gardens. So I have not had the best of luck of growing herbs other than mint, which really is an invasive alpha
Mint
herb.
is like a weed.
It has taken over everything, even in spots where I didn't plant it. So hopefully you're all growing some fresh herbs in your garden too. So I've got some beautiful Bib butter lettuce, Boston lettuce. It's got a lot of different names out there. So a little trick if you've got like that ice, especially for the iceberg at home, a way is that you can take, you'll always have that little core at the bottom. You can take it and slam it and it'll help pull all your leaves aside. I really like this for entertaining because it looks, all these colors look so beautiful. Okay, look at, can we just, I mean, come on. I have some firm tofu here, firm or extra firm. There are different firmness. There's soft, there's all different types. What you're looking for here is firm. Here's my firm tofu. I've had it here in a dishcloth. I wrapped it, and then I put a heavy pan on top. I put a flat board on it and put a heavy pan to weight it down. And let it sit for half an hour in my dish towel, paper towels, because what I'm trying to do is get the water kind of pressed out of it. That way it'll get really nice and crispy and get a great texture in the oven. You can cook this, stir fry this, do this a bunch of different ways, but we're gonna put it in the oven. So I'm gonna put it over here on my cutting board. And I'm just gonna make some, cube it up. It'll cook faster in the oven if it's cubed, but also by creating more surface area with the cubes instead of one giant block, then I'm gonna get more coloring around it. And that coloring is gonna be really delicious flavor. You can absolutely, after you press it, marinate this overnight in the fridge to get a really good flavor on it. But we have so much flavor with all these herbs and fresh produce and our peanut sauce. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a seasoning and put it in the oven. Just a small bit of vegetable oil here, that's it. I have some garlic powder and some onion powder. I'm just gonna season it over and some fresh ground pepper. You can absolutely, I mean, open up your seasoning drawer as long as you're not adding added sugar or added salt. You're just adding flavor. Again, tofu just absorbs whatever you add to it. So I'm gonna toss this together on a sheet tray. And then I'm gonna spread it out really well. I'm just gonna do a 400 degree oven for about 20-25 minutes. The goal of what we're looking for is this. Just crispy. Can you hear how crispy that is? Crispy, small bits, golden, beautiful. So I've got my tofu over here. And then I did that same seasoning, garlic, onion, a little pepper with my chicken breast. And you can do that, put in the oven 400 degrees. You can shred it or just make slices out of it. I like it. I'm kind of that room temperature cold chicken and these lettuce cups. You can do hot, but for me, if it's hot, it kind of wilts the produce.
The
a little
lettuce
bit.
will wilt if you're not
So
careful.
yeah, and then you've got hot poultry in your hands. My first instinct, looking at this, if I'm trying to get dinner on the table midweek, is a rotisserie is a great way to do a little bit of a time cheat. Not a cheat, it's just a smart hack. That's the way, a hack. But something you have to think about of buying rotisserie chickens in the grocery store is oftentimes there can be a lot of extra fat and extra sodium in those birds. They can even be pumped full of kind of saline, like a sodium solution to help keep it really moist. So that is something to be mindful of. Look at the nutrition facts. If you have to do it, like no other way, it's not happening unless you do it. Just try to stick to the white meat and take the skin off. Chef Kat, it is your last day. You made us a little sauce concoction over here. And I'm respect. Chef Kat, this is her own concoction, so this is not in the recipe. Let's see, I'm gonna get a little spoon. Tell us about your sauce, Chef Kat.
I figured I always like a little bit of spice
You like a
on
little
my
spice, okay.
lettuce wraps, and so I figured we could get a little gochujang miso sauce going on here. Yeah.
All right, and tell us about gochujang.
Gochujang is
this?
a Korean fermented chili paste.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's used in like a lot of Korean cooking, like kimchi, if I'm not mistaken, and like it's a very common like condiment in Korea.
It's got such a complex flavor to
Yes.
it. It's got a lot of umami, and that spice is really rich. I really like it. Got some toasted sesame seeds. We're just kind of, again, we're winging it. It's Chef Kat's last class. We're going crazy, man. We're doing it. A little bit of rice vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil, and then a little bit of miso paste, fermented soybean paste. This is great flavor umami. It can add a lot of sodium, so but you don't need a ton, kind of like the fish sauce. So I'm just adding a little bit here.
There are also reduced sodium misos that you can find in grocery
we
stores.
love. And then I have some garlic powder here. You can do fresh grated garlic, but I'm gonna add some garlic powder. Again, this is adding heat. So you're not gonna use a lot. It's just meant as a little side condiment here. Now, consent is important. Chef Kat, you weren't ready to go on camera. Do you feel confident enough and bolden enough to come on? You don't have to talk, but taste a bite?
I think I can come on camera and taste a bite.
Okay, look at that. Can you see that? Look how beautiful that looks. Yum. All right. Let's do it. Ooh, this is gonna be great. Okay. I just have a beautiful platter here with our peanut sauce, with our spicy sauce. This is if you're gonna serve it for a big crowd. All right, look how fun those look. I'm gonna do half chicken, half tofu, and serving size for this is two lettuce cups. All right, so I'm topping with my cucumber. There's no rhyme or reason. Please let your inner artist out. Go for it. Get creative with it. This is a great time if you've got little ones in the kitchen helping you. This is such a fun thing to do with them. I gotta say, this would be a great summer appetizer. Look how beautiful this is. For a party, who's not gonna want this? I always appreciate a little bit of a lighter appetizer or potluck, someone bringing a lighter dish. Somehow you say everyone brings something and immediately it's cheesy carbs. And I understand that, but I always appreciate when someone brings something like this. So now we're gonna do our green onions. Beautiful, look at that. I'm gonna need some nice crunch. And our cilantro. And finally, I have some sesame seeds. I'm doing black sesame seeds. Toasted sesame seeds will add a lot of flavor. So if you've got those, Add them on top. We've got those. I'm gonna just add those.
I think even toasted peanuts itself would be really good on top.
Absolutely.
If you got that crunchy peanut butter in with your peanut sauce instead, that'd be fantastic.
I'm so team crunchy. I am. I am crunchy all the way. It is a hot topic in my house. People have opinions. Look at that. Our beautiful chicken tofu lettuce cups with cucumber and carrot, scallion, cilantro, a little toasted black sesame with their beautiful peanut sauce on the side, and our quick little spice sauce on here. Chef Kat, you ready? You ready to do this? Here she is! Chef Kat, yay! All right. Should we do both? You want tofu or chicken?
I'll do tofu.
I'm gonna do chicken. There you go. Okay. We gotta try your sauce. Just a little. Okay, we both can't choke, okay? There's nobody in charge. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you all. Thank you, ADA. Thank you everyone for coming. No. No notes. The textures. Crunchy, cold, crispy, all the stuff.
It's just like so light and fresh. It's really light and fresh.
Ah, that's her eyes in person. Now you can see her. Perfect. Well, you stay here. Thank you everyone for coming, and of course, thank you, Chef Kat. Thank you for years of service. Yes, thank you. We love all of you. Thank you. Until next time.
Thank you, everybody.
Keep on
cooking.
cooking.
A really good time. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey there, I'm Joel Gammon. I'm the head chef and founder of Homemade, and we launched Homemade with the idea that we want to bring cooking and the kitchen to the world. So if you love cooking and want to join us in one of our free live stream cooking classes, head to our website, homemadecooking.com. That's homemadecooking.com to register today. Now, sit back, relax, watch a little bit more cooking maybe, and enjoy the rest of your flight.